Good afternoon, all of you. Now let us come to the next part. Reports. Reporting is a formal style of writing elaborately on a topic. We all write academic reports. While writing academic reports, we follow certain styles. Like in management, we have got a style called the MLA. MLA is known as Modified Language Association. Another one is APA style, American Psychological Association. But academic reports and business reports are different. Always the business reports have to be supported or corroborated with the facts, figures, data, because data is very important in business reports. And let us come to the types of reports and how do we go ahead with the reporting. Reporting is an important thing. Here, as part of the principles of management, we have studied reporting, port score, reporting, budgeting. These are two managerial functions. Here we go ahead with how to write an effective business report. Kinds of report writing, a brief introduction. Reports are written with much analysis. It is, and while you write reports, you need to use formal words. Don't use words like I, awesome, and that kind of word should not be there. Business communication is different, and you need to use only formal words. The purpose of report writing is essentially to inform the reader about the topic. So it has to be coherently expressed. Kinds of reports, formal reports as well as informal reports. For example, informal reports in office, formal context may not be suitable. In that case, even if your report is on point and best, just the structure or format or language could work against your report. So, informal reports are not encouraged in office context. It may be encouraged among colleagues or within the same department. All types of reports and their explanation. Long reports and short reports. These kind of reports are quite clear as name suggests. A two-page report or sometimes referred to as a memorandum is short, and a 30-page report is absolutely long. But what makes a clear division of short report or long report? Well, usually notice that longer reports are generally written in a formal manner. Internal and external reports. Internal reports are circulated within the organization, whereas external reports are sent outside to the organization. Vertical and lateral reports. Vertical reports are reports that are getting forwarded to higher authorities. And the lateral reports are reports within the same level hierarchy. This is about the hierarchy of the reports, ultimate target. If the report is for your management or for your mentees, it is a vertical report. It goes up in vertical direction. Whenever a direction upwards or downwards comes into motion, we call a vertical report. Lateral reports, on the other hand, assist in coordination with the organization. A report traveling between units of the same organization level is obviously a lateral report. Periodic reports. Periodic reports are sent out regularly, pre-scheduled dates. In most cases, their direction is upward and serves as management control. Some, like annual reports, is not vertical, but is a government mandate to be periodic in nature. That's why we have annual or quarterly or half-yearly reports. They are this frequent. It only makes sense to preset the structure of these reports and just fill in data every period. That is exactly what happens in most cases too. So periodic reports are produced and circulated in regular time intervals. Formal and informal reports. Formal reports are meticulously structured. They focus on objectivity and organization, contain deeper detail, and the writer must write them in a style that eliminates factors like personal factors. Informal reports are usually short messages with free flowing, casual use of language. So, formal and informal reports you can elaborate through the name itself. Information and analytical reports. Information reports, I may say some example, attendance reports, annual budget reports, monthly financial reports are information reports. Analytical reports are research oriented, specific research, feasibility reports, and employee appraisals. These are all analytical reports based on data. You process the data and come to an analytical report. Proposal reports. These kind of reports are like an extension to the analytical reports. A proposal is a document one prepares to describe how one organization can provide a solution to a problem they are saying. That means through a proposal, you suggest solution to an existing or continuing problem. Functional reports. These kind of reports include marketing reports, financial reports. These are different functions in an organization. Accounting reports and a spectrum of other reports that provide a function specifically. By and large, we can include almost all reports in most of these categories. Furthermore, we can include a single report in several kinds of reports. Solved example on kinds of reports. For instance, we know that reports are part of formal communication. It's a question. So, is there any kind of informal report? If yes, then explain. This is the question. Informal report, the answer is that informal reports are usually short messages with a free flowing, casual use of language. We generally describe the internal report memorandum as an informal report. For example, a report among your PAs or a report of your small group of team, etc. are informal reports. So, regarding the report writing should be done professionally using the right language in the right context, and one should not use any emotional words. One should not use any words which are familiar in social media. One should write without grammatical error as well as without any spelling errors also. You can check through the softwares like the Grammata, and you can check through other softwares for correcting the spelling errors. And ultimately, the business report has to be supported or corroborated with the facts, figures, and data. Obviously, the report starts with an introduction, and when the report progresses, it needs to incorporate data, figures, and facts. And based on data and figures, you need to write your analysis. Then ultimately, you need to write a conclusion. After conclusion, you need to write the future course of action also. The best way of understanding how to write a report is going through the previous reports which were published or not published in the organization. It may be available as the internal records of the company. Once you go through the internal records of the company, you get an idea about the pulse of the organization, and based on the needs and wants of the organization, you are supposed to prepare the reports. Because one style of reporting may not be acceptable in another organization. Just for instance, in the printing industry also, Madhurabhumi, in Kerala, Madhurabhumi is a vernacular daily, and Manorama is another vernacular daily. But the working style in Madhurabhumi and Manorama are entirely different. Obviously, the reporting style is also different. So, here a general briefing has been given about how to write a report. without grammatical error, without spelling error, without using emotional words, and as well as without using words which are quite often and familiar in social media. You can you can write formal English and good English, but at the same time, you need to customize your report based on the organization's working style. So it is up to you to modify the report based on the requirement and as well as the working style of the organization. That is the most important aspect in report writing. With this report writing, we have come to the end of the session. So we covered all the 5 modules in business communication. I wish you all good luck, and I am just evaluating your assignments, and all of you are written well. So hopefully, let us meet again. Thanks for listening me. Thank you.